guys, welcome back to Cereal at Midnight. The people at Angel's Horn reached out to me and asked if I would like to review their Phantom record player. This is sort of an all-in-one box unit. You've got the record player itself, it's got a built-in amplifier, Bluetooth capability, bookshelf speakers, it's got a 24-month warranty, which I like. So I said I would love to unbox this and review this on my channel, provided I could give an honest assessment of it. And they said absolutely. So here we are. This box is the delivery weight of this was 53 pounds. So this is a sturdy, this is a hefty package. Let's check it out and see what we've got here. My first impressions are that I'm very satisfied with the weight of this unit, and I haven't attached the platter yet, so I'm going to set this over here to the side. This is a hefty piece of machinery. I like this brushed steel aesthetic. It looks like they've got the protective film over the display. Everything is really carefully secured. They've got the tone arm, twist tied down. Here's a look at the back of the unit. We've got the various lines. I like this is covered as well. Each one of these is covered with this protective cap. The speaker connectors here. We've got it's fairly self-explanatory. And then here's this input right to the antenna input. The Bluetooth antenna. I'm interested in all of these features and how they're going to coexist on this one unit.
So as you can see, it's been more than 3 weeks since I unboxed the Angel's Horn Phantom. I wanted to put it through its paces. I wanted to learn this machine, see how it approached different kinds of music, different styles of music. Now, a lot of that's going to come down to the cartridge itself. It's got an AT3600L cartridge. That's an Audio-Technica cartridge. They are pretty much the standard for turntable cartridges now. And that is not necessarily a high-end cartridge, but it's a workhorse cartridge that's on lots of turntables because it's just reliable. It delivers a very solid sound. It's a conical cartridge, and it delivers a very reliable sound. And you know, you can adjust for, you can modify this thing. You could put something else on there if you wanted to. It's one of the things that I like about the turntable. I was going to call it a hobby, but it's kind of a way of life, isn't it? Because you're always tinkering with things. This comes with a felt mat. You could throw a cork mat on there. I'm kind of partial to rubber mats myself. But it has a really good sound with everything I've thrown at it. I've listened to beat heavy music. Rock music. I've listened to jazz. I've listened to just classical. Everything I've thrown at this thing sounds really, really good. There's no distortion. The speakers that it comes with sound great right out of the box. I think that's part of the appeal for this unit too, is that you just take it out of the box and you start playing it. Now you have to set it up. Setting up a turntable is a little bit involved. They give you all the instructions you need and links to videos on YouTube and different places where you can see other people setting up their turntable, because you want to get the counterweight dialed in right, the anti-skating features here. There's things that need attention that have to be done properly. It requires a little bit of patience, but it's not too hard. It's not something that is intimidating. This reminds me of the vintage electronics that I grew up with. You know, my first turntables were from the 70s and from the 80s. That's what this feels like, this substantial, heavy unit. Now, you want that because the lighter a unit, if you get one of these plastic models that has no weight, you're vibrating all over the place. You want something that's going to stay put, it's heavily weighted, and it's not going to move around, because that's going to impact the sound if it's moving around. If it's got these vibrations in it, that's not ideal. Now, I should mention that this does have a, when you turn the unit on, there's a little bit of a hum from the motor itself. I thought that it would come through in the music, but I do not hear that in the music. So, I mean, I wanted to mention that, but it's not something that I overlooked. It's there, but I don't think it's a factor I don't think it changes the tone of the music. One of the things I wanted to test on this is how many RPMs it was pulling. Sometimes you get a new turntable and it's running at like 34, 35 RPM, which is too fast. Sometimes they run too slow. This has an automatically tracking pitch control. So it's constantly monitoring how fast it's running and if it's outputting the right speed for the record. But you can test these things manually as well. So I have some apps that I threw at this thing, and it's pulling 33.37 revolutions per minute. That's pretty much perfect. That's exactly where you want it to be, with just a tiny, tiny margin of error. And I was really impressed with that, because that's not something that I necessarily associate with a turntable in this price range. If you don't like the pitch, if for some reason you need to manually adjust the pitch, you can do that too. You hold down the play button and you can speed it up or slow it down. Every click that you push speeds it up just a little bit. And so you can manually adjust these things, but it's nice to know that you don't have to. That's a cool feature for me, that I don't necessarily expect with a turntable in this price range. One of the cool things I like about this too is it's a manual unit, and when it gets to the end of the record, it does not automatically shut itself off immediately. This unit only shuts itself off after 3 minutes on that out groove. So, you know, if you're listening to Sgt. Pepper and you want to hear that "never have it any other way," that, you know, the inner groove thing that they put there just for us, just for the fans, you get to hear that. It doesn't automatically pick up the needle and return it, but it will stop after 3 minutes. So it's just a nice little feature. So if you're not in the room, it's not just going to continue to rotate, but it's just got all these cool little things that I enjoy about it. So listen, this was an honest review of the Angel's Horn Phantom turntable. There's a lot of stuff you can throw with this. You can run a line into this. If you want to connect a CD player to this, you can. You could connect any line to it. I could probably connect an old cassette player to this if I wanted to. But with that Bluetooth capability, I'm listening to music directly from my phone, through the unit, through the speakers, And it's versatile. It's really well constructed. It has a lot of cool features that make this worth attention. So I think if you're looking for an all-in-one unit turntable, not necessarily something to be a component in a larger stereo system, if you're looking for one unit that does it all, this is a pretty solid. I'm going to use the word solid again. This is a pretty solid choice. This unit was sent to me for free, but I was not paid for this review. And I told them when I got the unit, but before I even agreed to it, I said, I will give my honest assessment of it. And they said, cool. So I'm going to put a link to Amazon. That's an affiliate link for me. So if you use that link, you're supporting Serial at Midnight and my channel. I'm also going to link to the Angel's Horn site. And if you have this unit, I would love to hear what you think about it. I'd really just love to hear from my fellow vinyl fans about what you think about this turntable. So let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Thanks to Angel's Horn. I'm going to go listen to some records.